Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Arnold Nerenberg. I've been licensed to practice clinical psychology in the state of California since 1974. This is 2024. And I like to say I've been licensed to walk upon this earth since 1941, which means I'll be 83 very shortly. It's my privilege and pleasure to be here with you, a great privilege to be here. And we're also going to have the very good fortune to have my goddaughter, Tracy Malgoza, who will also be joining us and taking over the seminar in a little while. The title of today's presentation is Your Living Legacy, Your Personal History and Advice for Your Loved Ones. Your living legacy, your personal history and advice for your loved ones. That's why you want to have that pen and paper, because you're going to be writing some things that you can give it to your spouse, your children, something that your grandchildren will have. It's going to be on very vital topics. I'm going to start off with a few areas of talking about this. I'm going to start off with a little poem that's a summary of my own life. That'll be part of my legacy. But then we'll go into the book. So this poem is not in the book, but it's just how I felt I wanted to express an overarching view of my life. So you're going to be writing this up, your personal history and your advice for your loved ones. Very important. They're going to treasure this document. Treasure it. I've been filled with life and I've been filled with death. Traveled the world and paid for my spot underground. Lived in cities and forests with no one around. Been poor, been rich. Been to the best schools, broke the law, lived the law, lived as a fool and a wise man too. Been a coward and a hero, been a child and raised a child many times. Lost my way, heard the song, betrayed and been betrayed. Been so weak and been so strong, shown the way to myself. Loved and been loved, truly. Lived in cities and forests with no one around, lots of living and lots of dying. Suffered deeply as I danced in fields of flowers, stumbled into the hidden path of honor. Lived as a fool and as a wise man too. When I look back and look around, I behold the beauty of the people, the darkness and the light, the sacred struggle to emerge, the music of the trees and the wind at night. I am so glad I was here. So it's an overview as part of my legacy to pass on to my loved ones. And in fact, I've been sharing it now with my children and other people, in fact, with many of you as well. Now, the book that we have, Living Legacy, and it's on the website, arnotherapy.com. So I'm going to add one, but this one I've just added to it, so it's not in the book. So I'm going to give you the first prompt for us to write something about. So write this down, because this is what we're going to all address right now. These are the teachings of honor that I aspire to follow. These are the teachings of honor that I aspire to follow. I'll give you a few seconds to write that down. And the benefits I found in them. And the benefits I found in them. So the whole statement that you're going to address is, these are the teachings of honor that I aspire to follow and the benefits I found in them. So you can write down the teachings of honor, the bridge, what's the most honorable thing to think, say, and do, And then you can say, you repeated it 3 times a day, once a day, how often you're doing it, and what you found it did for you, because you're passing this on. If let's say what you would want, if let's say your name is Mr. Smith, they would say John Smith, let's say. Our great-great-great-grandfather, John Smith, he passed down the way of honor to us. In fact, all of this other guidance that you have, he passed it down to us, our great-great-great-great-grandfather. That's how that'll go. All right, so now what we're going to do is let's take 2 minutes, with pen and paper, and write something for your loved ones. 2 minutes to talk about the teachings of honor that you aspire to follow and the benefits you found in them. I'll do this right along with you. I'm going to time this. It's 2 minutes. So I just wrote a little something here for myself, give you some idea. So for me, I repeat the commandments of honor 3 times a day and the bridge 3 times a day. I haven't written them down here, but at least I've made mention of them. It has helped me not to blame others and increase my commitment to always taking the high road to help and not hurt others. It has transformed my life. I came to seek honor, not happiness, because honor is the foundation of true happiness. So that's what I would share with my loved ones in terms of advice. The first step in the book, there's maybe 23, 24 other statements in the book. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one more of them, and then I'm going to turn it over to Tracy, who'll go over the overview of what the book is and go over another one. So I'm going to now invite you to share whatever you wrote that you're going to share with your loved ones. Any thoughts that you have, be very interesting for others to hear it. Just unmute yourself and share.
Hi, Doctor.
Hey, Andrea. Good to see you.
Thank you. So it's funny, I wrote something very similar. For me, it's saying the 4 commandments of honor, including the bridge, 3 times a day. By saying those words, it helps me be more accountable for my actions daily, and thus making me feel more honorable in what I'm doing.
Wow. The word accountable is really strong. And later you can write down what the 4 commandments in the bridge are. And they may or may not want to use that, but you know what? They'll know that's part of what you did in your life. They'll know something about you and something about their heritage.
Exactly.
And some might just take it up themselves. And then you can elaborate on it later. This was only 2 minutes, but you can elaborate on it later. But you have that now. If you didn't do anything else, you already started.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent, Andrea. Thank you for sharing that. Beautiful.
Thank you, Doctor.
Accountability. Well, you're such a deep. I mean, you always come up with deep things. You're great. I'm an admirer. Wonderful. Okay, now, anybody else have something that you would like to share with us?
Yeah, Dr. Nerenberg, this is Fernando.
Fernando, welcome, Fernando. Good to have you here.
Thank you. I wrote down 4. I'll just share one of them. It's actually based on a video that I recently saw. And basically, it's just forgiving people who betray us and persecute us. And the reason I listed that one is basically the video that I saw was mainly focusing on forgiving, but not reconciling. So you can forgive somebody, but not have to reconcile them, meaning that if it's a broken relationship, it doesn't mean that you forgive them. Now you have to be friends with them or talk to them.
You can wish them well and release them to their destiny.
Exactly. So I saw the connection between one of your commandments and then this video. So I just wanted to share that.
That's a good one. You said you had a couple others?
Yeah, the other one I have is just love your neighbor as yourself. So obviously, the reason I chose that one is if you have hate in your heart, it'll consume you, won't let you live. And then having purpose and accountability. just having a higher power, obviously loving God with all our heart, and then just staying humble. The last one I listed was stay humble, but also stay vigilant. So you can be humble, but also be very aware of.
That's right. That's right.
People you surround yourself with.
Trust in God, but tie your camel first, as they say. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Well, that's all part of everything you said is definitely part of the way of honor. That's for sure. Excellent, Fernando. Thank you. I mean, your descendants will see that and say, well, our great-great-great-grandfather Carlos, he passed this down to us. And plus you'll have others, some like Tracy will be going over with you as well. Excellent. Excellent. So I'll just do one from the book, and then Tracy will take it from there. So on page 13 in the book, A Living Legacy, there's a place to write in it. In fact, you could take the book that's on the honortherapy.com and download it, and you'll have a paper there. So you can put it digitally and then also have a hard copy. So there is advice I want to share with you about various areas of life, such as money, friendship, trust, happiness, health, hurt feelings, etc. So let's take 2 minutes and write up whatever you'd like to say to your loved ones, whatever advice you want to pass on. I'm going to start writing now. Okay, whatever you wrote down something, so I'll share what I wrote, and then you'll have a chance to share. So when it comes to money, my advice was to use your money to serve your highest values. Use it to add value to the world. And aspire to keep honor before money. In terms of friendship, often you'll be betrayed in friendship, but do not betray. Trust is a choice. Happiness is based on honor. Health, having purpose in life will help. Eat beans, greens, and berries to whatever else you eat. Hurt feelings, be honest if you can. Don't cover it with anger and aloofness. So these are some of the thoughts that I have here. And then in a moment, I'm going to try to share the screen with Tracy. I'm going to try to do that. It's a technological feat. Who else would like to share the number of topics I gave, whatever you have? Everybody else I know will be happy to hear about it.
I'll share mine.
What's your name?
Chris.
Chris. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, no problem. They're just pretty quick. First one is take care of your body, and you gotta say it like that, obviously. Next is control the controllables. Don't stress over things that you have no control over. For monetary and for money, it's you have your whole life to make money, but it's a lot easier when you're younger. Travel as much as you possibly can. And the last final thing I wrote for whoever I'm leaving this for is pain is temporary, the lesson is forever, and everything is all about equivalent exchange. That's everything I wrote.
This is very good, Chris. Actually, these things, it's not after just when we die or we leave this earth, but you could be sharing it, let's say, with your spouse, with your relatives, or let's say you're dating. It could be a nice thing to share with somebody of a romantic interest so they get to know where you're coming from.
I'll share something.
Yes.
Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy. Please.
For money, I said spend wisely. Friendship, I said true friends will uplift and inspire you.
Wow.
Health, for health, the love of God and the love of your health will be the most important things you can be attentive to.
Beautiful.
And hurt feelings, I put always intend to grow and come back stronger than ever.
Wow. Wow. That's a great thing to pass on to, well, anybody, telling Martin, your family, whomever. Yeah. That's some good stuff, Tracy.
Thanks.
Really good stuff. Excellent. All right, I'm now going to introduce the lovely Tracy Malgoza, who's going to share with us. It was her idea to do this seminar today, so we're very fortunate to have her here. All right, Tracy, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're enjoying this. Can everyone see what's on the screen?
Yes.
You can see the book.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Perfect. So I'm going to quickly go over the introduction of this book. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you could put it in the chat if you're able to, and if you know how. I'll be referring to the chat if anything. But the introduction, this book, I really wanted to do this because I was reading through this book and I just found so many valuable things. And who am I going to leave my legacy to? And who are you going to leave your legacy to? A lot of people don't think about these things until it's too late, or they can't communicate them. Or when you can only communicate them during a time when maybe you're not in a great mood, you don't want to communicate the wrong thing. So this is a great tool to use to pass on whatever legacy you plan on passing to whoever you plan on passing it to. So this is an instrument to persevere the thoughts you wish to share with your loved ones. It's an outline which can later be further developed. Feel free to share your real struggles, to be humorous when you wish, and to give your child freedom to be him or herself without adding a burden to his or her life. If you are in doubt about including a particular statement, just leave it out. So this document has a number of practical uses. It will help you focus your thoughts concerning your loved ones. It provides a basis for dialogue. It could be beneficial to share with an interested third party, such as a spouse, a psychologist, a potential guardian, or even a step-parent. It can inspire a precedent in the family for others to produce this type of document. And it can be read with your will and help give direction and comfort to your family or any of your loved ones. So the main goal is to assist in the emergence of a sense of human dignity and honor. It will help your loved ones in understanding more of their heritage and identities, as well as in developing a good self-concept to expand perspective. So you're writing this document will be very thought-provoking for you and for your loved ones, and it will help you tap into deep emotions. It is an act of love. So to understand the value of this endeavor, just reflect for a moment on what it would mean to you to receive such a document from one or both your parents. So think about if one of your parents or a loved one gave something like this to you. It would probably mean so much to you. So just keep that in mind when you're writing it. And if not, you can keep this document for yourself, but it's a very thoughtful thing to have. So upon completing this document, you may feel that it does not totally express what you wish, and you feel it is only a rough draft, but in a sense, all of life is a rough draft. So don't let this feeling stop you from making productive use of what you think at this time. If you have your document open, I'm going to just start with page 16 for right now. So let's go to page 16. And if you have a physical book, you can open to page 16 and you can just write directly in the book. So page 16, I would like to share with you what I believe our relationship will be when I pass on. For example, I may appear to you, I may appear in your dreams. We can still assist each other. I will live in your memory, etc. So if you have loved ones that you want to share something with them, and what your relationship will be with them when you pass on, what do you want to say? So you can take maybe 60 seconds or so, think about it, quickly jot down, and you could fill in all the details later and bounce off whatever key points you write down. And Dr. Nerenberg, do you want anyone to share?
Well, I'll start off. I'll share. I like to always pave the way to make others feel more comfortable. What I like to say to my loved ones, about our relationship when I leave. I want you to know this. When I leave the earth, I will live within you even more strongly than I do now. You'll feel my reality even more. Every word I said to you will come more alive. My way of being will come to you more. So although won't be here physically, you're going to feel me more emotionally and spiritually when I leave. I guarantee that. And the other thing you need to know is I will come to your dreams. I'll come to see you in your dreams. You can count on that. So at night, talk to me, pray for me. I will do all I can to help you from the other side. All I can do, I will do for you from the other side. So this is some of what I would like you to know about our relationship when I leave here. It'd be a good thing for you. I mean, you might miss me. You can't give a call or hug me, but you'll have me more than ever. That's the truth of it. Okay, anybody else would like to share this point with Tracy? With the rest of us.
I'll share. Oh, go ahead.
I said, this is Jeff here. I just want my kids to be proud when I'm no longer here. I want that to be a word that's just proud of Dad.
Nice.
I want them to hear me and feel me through music. I think that would be great.
Wow. Is there any particular music you'd like them to listen to?
Country music, of course, is played mostly in my house, but
well, that's a good thing for them to know.
Music,
yeah.
all type of music, to be honest.
Well, that's a great thing to request. Because I hope you'll be proud of me. And then when you expand on that, you might want to say, that's been a guiding principle in my life, is to have you proud of me. You let them know that's a guiding, that's a guiding principle for how I've lived. So when I die, I hope that when I leave here, I hope that will be with you, that pride. What's your last name, Jeff?
Green.
Yeah, I want you to be proud that if it's one of your children, I want you to be proud that you're green.
There you go.
So I want you to be proud of your heritage as a green. Not just of me, but of your heritage that I brought to you. Wow, beautiful. Anybody else have anything you'd like to share about this point that Tracy brought up?
Hello, dear.
Please.
Dr. Nerenberg, this is Arnold.
Arnold, yes. Great name, by the way.
Thank you. One of the things I would like my family and friends to know that when I die, that all my interactions and affection with them were all genuine, and there was never any pretense. It was all genuine from within. Wow.
So I want to reassure you, I was always genuine with you. I was my real self with you, and I'm grateful for that. And I hope that that identity of myself will stay within you, and be able to be of a help to you, to uplift you or comfort you in some way. Wow. Because being genuine to people, that's a good role model. Excellent.
Hello, Theo.
Is this Jonathan?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Good, Sabrino. Very good. Good to hear from you.
You too. I just wanted to make a quick comment about the first gentleman, about he lets his kids listen to his music, for when the day that time comes. And I kind of, that was nice to hear, just because in my situation, my son's autistic and he's nonverbal, but he does love music. So it was nice to kind of have that as an idea that I never thought about that. So I like that gentleman brought that up, that the music that I create can be still heard by my son when I'm gone. So it's nice to have that ideology, so.
That really speaks to you, because you're an amazing musician. I mean, Jonathan's amazing. He's a creative genius. Well, I'm sure your son will be listening to it while you're here. That's important for him to hear it now a lot, as often as much as possible. Then when you're not here, that music will be you. That'll have your spirit in it. because associated all the time that he's heard it, while for many, many years to come, he's heard that. He's lived with it. And that's going to be really touching. Music has a way of really carrying the fragrance of a person's being. And you have a very beautiful being, so he's going to have that with him. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, Theo, thank you so much for that. And he loves it when I'm creating in the studio. He loves to listen to my music. And I just know that for a fact that when the day I'm gone, he's going to keep listening to music. So
oh, my
it's
God.
nice to understand.
Oh, my God. You're going to live on for him in that music. No doubt about it. Oh, my God.
Yeah, Theo. But yeah, thank you for
wow.
opening the subject up for, discussion. So thank you, Theo.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
No, it's great to see you. Of course, the whole idea was Tracy's to do this evening, and I'm really grateful to Tracy that she initiated. I never would have done this, to be honest with you, but Tracy said, let's do that. I said, okay, you're right, let's do it. So that's why we're doing this now. This could be very powerful for you and your family, what you're doing, thanks to Tracy.
Right. Well, thanks to Tracy thanks again for having me on there. Appreciate your time, Theo.
Oh, it was a pleasure. Great pleasure. What a pleasure to even know you. Yeah. Anybody else have anything you want to ask or say?
I would like to add mine. I just said I will do my best to help you from the other side, and I'll only help you to be more honorable and just in your life.
Wow, that's a good thing. Where you're going to help him? That's right. You're not going to help him rob a bank or something. That's good. I love it. Yeah. This is where I'll help you. Wow. Any way that you want to improve yourself to be more honorable, I'm there. You can count on me at 100% whatever I can do. I will intercede for you in any way. Wow, that's a good point there, Tracy. Really. Because some people could ask, some help from the other side for things that are not that honorable. Yeah. Beautiful. Always have beautiful things to say, Tracy. Always.
Thank you.
Anybody else have anything you want to ask or say?
I do. This is Joanne. Oh.
Joanne, please, and then we'll talk. And then, then the next one.
Yeah, this is just really brief because it's mostly that it will just be my siblings that I'll pass things on to. I basically wanted to let them know that you were all loved equally and thought highly of. Because oftentimes with siblings, there's always that sibling rivalry, and they kind of look up to me in the family, but I want them to all know that they were all equally loved.
By you, equally loved by you.
Yes.
And respected by you. Wow.
Yes.
That's got to be reassuring because somebody's thinking, oh, he loved this other one more than, she loved the other one more than me. But now that's good.
Exactly.
Setting that straight. You're right. That sibling rivalry is natural and it's there. That's excellent. Setting the record straight. Excellent.
Exactly.
Good thing to elaborate on. These are all the seeds of what you can expand on later, but this in itself is great. Excellent, Joanne.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. Anybody else have anything you want to ask? Or somebody else was saying something.
I was Dr. Nerenberg. This is Kathy.
Oh, hi, Kathy.
Hi.
Yeah.
I think for my kids and my family, I think that what I would share with them is that no matter what, they'll never be alone, and they'll still feel my warmth surrounding them with hugs.
Wow.
And that they'll see something favorite of mine, and I'll probably shower them with fragrances of my favorite flower, which is the gardenia. So
wow.
I might, just little reminders for them.
That is so touching, Kathy. Wow, you have such a beautiful heart. That's where that comes from. Wow. That is touching because I could feel the reality of it. Wow. Music, sound, and fragrances really carry the reality of the person. Wow. Wow. Very touching. Thank you for that, Kathy, for sharing that.
Thank you. Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody else have anything you want to ask or say?
I'd like to share.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I'll go first. It's Charette.
Oh, hey, Charette.
Wow, how are you?
Okay, it's great to. I'm glad you're here, Charette.
Yes, me too. So I actually have a couple. My first one, I want them to know that I prayed for them daily, and that I'll make sure that the angels are still surrounding them.
Wow, that's reassuring. Yeah.
That's one.
Wow. What a gift. That's a great gift. That's a great gift. Wow.
That's a great gift, right?
Yep. The best.
Yeah. Second one thing that they all know I love to do is dance. So I want them to dance. Find time to dance to whatever music they love. Expend energy. Just be positive. Release stress. Whatever it is, dance.
Do you want them to dance at your funeral?
Of course.
Well, I'd put that in there. God willing, it'll be in 80 years from now. But
Right.
but feel free to dance at my funeral. Have a good time.
Okay, I'll add that.
That's nice. This way, I don't have to cry and lament and whatnot. They can also dance and feel your spirit that way.
Yes.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Thanks, Tracy, for this. This is beautiful.
Hi, I just kind of wanted to say really quickly, I always tell you in our meetings that I appreciate all the speakers, but I just want to thank Tracy as well, because I just feel like this has really been helping me, all our meetings, especially since my cousin recently passed. What you are saying like really hits. Like you feel him a little bit more heavier. I see my cousin a little bit more. Just every word or like memory we've had hit, and I just felt like it's so clear. I just wanted to say thank you because I really do appreciate it.
Well, you have the power of gratitude, and that's a gift. Many people don't have it as deeply as you do. That's a great gift, and I'm glad you're finding solace in what we're talking about. That's perfect. Perfect.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Anybody else have something you want to ask or say?
Hi, Dr. Nerenberg. It's Annette. How are you?
Hello, Annette. Welcome.
Hi, I wanted to share. I have two. So I wrote one for my daughters. The one that I wrote down was, I will always love you beyond my earthly body. When you think of me, I will be in your heart. Remember you are loved, and when you need a hug, remember the big hugs I would chase you around with. And then
Wow.
for my husband, to me this one's kind of funny, but this is what I may write to him. I may no longer be here to help guide you, but maintain your honor so I can continue to spend time with you on the other side forever.
Wow. That's probably the best thing you could say to him. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. A very rich heritage they're giving the family. Very rich. You can share it with them now. Again, you don't have to wait till you leave. I mean, everything everybody's writing now, I think is a good time to share while you're still here, and then they can also see it when you're not here in many, many, many years from now. Wow. Wow. It's a living legacy. It's not just when we're dead. It's a living legacy. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else have something you want to ask or say? It's been interesting, Tracy and everybody, that there's been more response to this one than anything. People have deep feelings and shared on it. That's amazing and wonderful. Tracy, I think we're coming to a time of the end. Is there anything else you want to ask or say before we conclude?
I mean, I kind of wanted to do a couple more. I know we got a lot of good responses. I mean, good sharing.
Yeah, it's getting a little on the late side. I think maybe a summary and overview, because they have the document. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, they have the document. I mean, it's amazing the input, that response to what you, and having it on the screen that way has been great. Yeah. Is there anything you want to say in summary?
Yes. I just want to say thank you, everyone, for participating and sharing these intimate moments. And I hope that you actually go through this book and keep it as a document to share while you're alive with your loved ones. The reason why I wanted to do this, that I thought it was so important, is because one day I have the actual book, and I was like, let me open this up, and I started flipping through, and I started crying. To myself because I'm not married. I don't have children. God willing, this year I'll be married to the love of my life. Mwah, and I'll be able to start a family. But it's like, if I fill this out, who's going to read it? Where is my legacy? Some people don't want to have children, or choose not to have children, which is fine. But what about the rest of my family? Would they want to know these these things about me? Would they care? Would they?
I'm sure they would. There's no doubt they'd want to know. No question about it.
Would they think about valuing me more as a daughter, a sister, a cousin? Would they think about doing this for themselves? And if I can show this to my future daughter, niece, nephew while I'm alive, and say, hey, I did this, maybe it would inspire them to write something. Well, I want to write something like that, and then every year, if they end up changing it as they grow, maybe they can gain wisdom as they're growing, just from off their own thoughts. Every year they add something more, from their growth and from their learning, because I have family that they don't have wills made, and the time may or may not be near. Tomorrow's not promised, and there's things that I would want to know about my family, and not just for closure, but what do they want? What is something intimate that they want to share?
I think that's the way to go, to invite them to then continue this tradition that started with you about writing their living legacies, and to pass it. In fact, they can be writing it now while everyone's here. That's right. A good tradition. Well, thank you for that, Tracy.
So I really encourage everyone to go through this. You can get into details later. There was a couple pages I did want to go through. It's about who, kind of in a way it worded like, who would inspire you most? Coaches, that one aunt, that one uncle, that one thing that stranger said that really, really got to you, that you were like, man, I'll never forget that for the rest of my life. That's going to help me in something in my life for the rest of my life. So that's why I wanted to do this. And I really do thank you all for participating and sharing these intimate details and moments with everyone at this group. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Tracy. What a great contribution this is. And we'll hear maybe on future sessions, maybe get a little more feedback. People can send these texts, things that whatever benefit you feel you've had or inspirations from this, feel free to send it as a text on the chat. And that'd be good for, I never know how to check them, but I know Tracy will know how to see what's being said. And so we're going to say good evening to all of you. Again, today was a great pleasure and privilege to be here with you, presenting your living legacy, your personal history and advice for your loved ones. Good night, everyone.